So we're going to segue into the book. Matter of fact, since I have my camera, I can even show it.
Oh wow!
Right
You skilled.
Right here. So it's the Warrior's Tapestry. You know the size here. So this is what you need to buy. We're going to be putting this website and it's timestamped in our chat. So in the meantime, everybody get ready for the ride. We're going to be having our discussion based on this material that this show. I showed it again. Right there. I'm going to lock it up and move it a little bit. On the Warriors Tapestry. I'm Professor Griff. You guys see the resemblance, the same guy. Okay. So we're going to go into part of the discussion. We're going to be going into health. All right. I noticed that, people, kind of have this fear of fasting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And some people even feel that they're going to die of starvation or they feel it's unnecessary. When it comes to building the body and the mind, and even the relationship between families, like specifically father and son, how does that play a part?
All right, now I'm confused about the question.
Okay, for fasting,
that
is fasting necessary when it comes to our health, and especially when we're dealing with family? I would say that right now.
Okay, so let me understand something. So basically, you're trying to tie in the whole idea of cleansing the body with family. Is that what you're attempting to do here? Because when I sat down, when I grew up, when I sat down with mom at the dinner table, that was the time we discussed everything. I wasn't in control of what I ate. You understand what I'm saying? So if we're doing a fast, or we're not eating for a certain amount of time and we're eating certain things, that was a decision that the one who's controlling the food and the growth of the children, that was what he or she was doing. You follow what I'm saying?
So you're saying it's more from an individual decision versus a family?
No, I'm saying just the opposite.
Okay.
I'm saying to you that mom and dad control that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's not something that, if you got hungry, if you growing up in your household, it's like, okay, yeah, you were hungry. And your mom said, okay, there's peanut butter and jelly in there and there's some other stuff that make it happen until I get home to make, the real meal, so to speak. And we do that today. Those things that'll hold you over. So if mom say this Friday, for whatever religious reason or whatever spiritual reason, we're not eating between these hours, then that's something that mom and dad control.
Okay. So once they put that out there to where, hey, we're going to cleanse our bodies.
Okay. Hold on for a second, bro. You're really throwing me off with the language you're using. It's not a thing, and I think you're really missing my point in my answer. It's not a put it out there kind of thing. My mom ruled with an iron fist in my household. She was the one that went grocery shopping. She determined what we ate and what we didn't eat. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not putting it out there. It's like, this is what we're going to do. When I first became aware of fasting in the ranks of the Nation of Islam, it wasn't no thing that somebody put it out there. This is what we do. This is prescribed. So we fast 3 days, fast 1 day a week or 3 straight days, but you fast 3 days out of the month. And then we used to group up and we used to cleanse ourselves by fasting, a week or fasting 30 days and this kind of thing. So it's something that people do on a spiritual level. It's something people do on a religious level. It's It's something that people do just, period, in order to cleanse their body. But mom was in control of that. Dad was in control of that. Well, in my case, mom, because my dad passed on at an early age.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Okay. So, yeah.
So when we get into the meals, because, we got that food pyramid, and you got these Western doctors telling you that you can do 3 to 5 meals a day, things like that. But I know that we definitely both prescribe for the most part on 1 meal a day, if any. We as a society, or in our community, are we eating too many meals a day?
Of course, this Western American diet, so to speak, has gotten us to the point where we've been accustomed to eating, and then we don't take into account that we're socialized around food. We meet out to eat. We have meetings with food. We go to events with food. You go to the movies, you got to have food. You got to have food at the funeral, at the wedding, at the reception, in every stop in between. There's food involved, and then not necessarily good food. It's quick food. It's fast food. It's not food that will sustain you. And you might get the argument from some people. Well, my grandmother lived to be 92 and she ate. Okay, yeah, but it was a different time then. The soil was different then. The food was different then, and they handled the food different then. But as we are taught in several books, not only the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's book, How to Eat to Live and How to Fast, by making fasting a habit. Of course, anytime you cleanse, you could cleanse the car and the car will run better by changing the oil, by changing the transmission fluid. You understand what I'm saying? You could cleanse the computer and the computer will run better. So just think about the intricacies of the body. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but this Western diet, where you're always putting food in and you're never giving your stomach and your digestive system a time to rest and to heal itself. Yeah, that becomes a problem. So the information that I put in my book, A Warrior's Tapestry, is basically dealing with that particular subject when we talk about health, which I wanted to add on to the 9 areas of people activity, and of Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's 9 areas of activity in her book, The ISIS Papers. Health should be number 10. And we should fast. We should abstain from eating food for a period of time so the body can heal itself. It is food that took grandma out. It is food that's caused granddad not to be able to walk. It's food that you see the vast majority of women. I know I'm going out on a limb by saying this. The vast majority of women that I see, especially here in Atlanta, and I'm not being funny, I'm not condemning and coming down on women or saying anything mean-spirited about women, but I used to call Atlanta the hair, butt, and gut show. Big hair dudes, big butts, and big guts. You understand what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous here in Atlanta, in the South, where you see the average woman is overweight and obese. And I say these illnesses and these things has to do with the diet. So I said the first thing we need to do, and I put it in the book, we need to change the diet to the live it so we can start speaking positive words into existence.
Now, there's a lot of people that are really, like I was alluding to, people are really afraid of fasting, like they're just going to leave this planet and die if they put away a Big Mac for a day. Do you recommend any place or any books for somebody to at least get started on fasting? Because I think a lot of people are just really not understanding the process or even the benefits.
There's a plethora of information that's out there, and especially in 2019, rolling into 2020, that if you are ignorant today, that's by choice. because you can start out with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's book, How to Eat to Live. And then you can get deeper into the subject matter by going to the reference books that's in the back of that book. And then you can move on to Dr. Scott Whitaker's book, Medicine. Then you could move on. In all of those books, but mind you, I list in my book, A Warrior's Tapestry. So you don't have to go searching for the books. I put it all in one place. You understand what I'm saying? But you could go, I'm just talking off the top of my head though. Layla, because these are men that I know. Layla Africa's book, all right, dealing with health and holistic health. Then you can go on YouTube and you can get a plethora of programs that talk about health. You could go into Dr. Sabi's work, all right? You could go to Queen of Fours route, or you could combine all of them together to get a well-rounded understanding of this whole idea of fasting. And it's not going to kill you. Just because you mean to tell me you can't do without a damn burger for an hour? For a day? If you're that pressed for a pizza or burger and you have to have it every day, there's something wrong with you way beyond food, way beyond there's something wrong with your psyche if you feel like you can't survive beyond having a burger every day without having a slice of pizza every day.
I'm telling you. Now, also in your book, you mentioned some things about supplements. How important is that? Because I think some people think you just take one little vitamin or multivitamin and you go about your day. But people don't understand you got so many different organs and different parts of your body that needs attention. Would you be able to touch on that for us?
Yeah, not in depth, but look at it like this. When you go to find a doctor, you can't go to any doctor. You'll go to a general doctor, your doctor, and your doctor can look at the whole body. But then if there's an area that your doctor is not a professional in or specialized in, he will send you or she will send you to another specialist. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when you're talking about supplements, like I put the picture in my book of the our cabinet and what our cabinet looks like with all of the supplements in it. And we take certain supplements that are specifically for the male, certain supplements that are for the children, certain supplements that are for the woman. So we have to understand something. So if all of us take a basic supplement like a multivitamin, which is a green vitamin. We take the B12 across the board, the vitamin C across the board, and a lot of vegans have to take a vitamin D supplement because a lot of us have just not have grown accustomed to the fact that we have to be outside and we have to kiss the sun every day so we can get the vitamin D. All right. So a lot of us take the vitamin D supplement, but you have to study what supplements you need. It's just not a basic general conversation across the board. Everyone needs this and everyone needs that. Now there's the D, the B complex, and the C that everyone needs across the board. And right now there's something in the air going on and a lot of people are sick. All right. A lot of people basically have to kind of get that echinacea and golden seal in their system. You understand what I'm saying? And then from there, move forward and figure out what's wrong. Of course, different seasons, you need different vitamins and different herbs and different supplements, but that's up to the individual. I'm not the doctor to prescribe anything. This is not a prescription. This is not by law. I'm just saying this as an individual passing on information on what I do. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want the industry coming down on me saying Professor Griff said, or someone watching is saying Professor Griff said, I should do yada, yada, yada. Then you get sick and blame it on me. But I'm saying to you, abstaining from certain foods, sunrise to sunset on certain days will benefit the body. And then when you do come off the fast, you come off the fast the correct way. I wouldn't suggest anybody go without water. All right. And I'm talking about you need really good water. Me and Soleil decided to go down to a natural spring on our anniversary on August 27th to go down to the natural spring to get that water so we can put it in our system to see how beneficial that water is. All right. So supplements are good, but what supplements? You have to kind of study the body and say, okay, cool. So when you start talking about what is actually good for me for breakfast, I wouldn't suggest cereals with the funny characters on it. The Captain Crunch dude, the Tiger dude, the mice, the three elves. It's ugly. So when you're talking about sugar smacks, sugar, frosted flakes. Frosting is the sugar. Pop, what do you call it? Sugar pops and sugar smacks and sugar. All of that sugar. Your child will be bouncing off the walls. You'll be bouncing off the walls with that kind of diet. So no, I would say put something green in the body, a smoothie, and of course, definitely do fruits. But we're not taught that. We're not taught put something green in the body to get the engine moving in the morning. You understand what I'm saying? I put a series of things in the book. I think on page 80 or so, I put some things in the book on what you could eat in the morning. And since a lot of us have to do the transitional food, a lot of us are doing the the veggie or the vegan bacon, along with the tofu scramble, and along with the more healthier pancakes and that kind of thing, because it's traditional. It's a psychological thing. I want to eat what I ate before. What can I do to substitute? Don't do the eggs, do the tofu. Don't do the bacon, do the substitute meat that they have that's on the market now. But don't stay there. Don't do the regular pancakes with milk and egg. Egg in it and waffles and French toast. Do the substitute and then use that as transitional food into a plant-based diet. And I'm actually giving a class on this starting on the 12th of September, breaking down my book into 4 sections. And these are some of the things that we're going to go over. All right. The people can go right to my, right to www.paypal.me/Professor Griff Corp. That's www.paypal.me/Professor Griff Corp, CORP, and sign up for the class. And it's just a warriors class. And the section that we're talking about now is just health. So I do green smoothies. I do avocado toast. I do something that I like. And of course, I follow it up with some fruits in the morning.
Okay. And you mentioned water, though. That's because I think, I'm getting that sometimes you have to really watch the kind of water you drink.
Oh, yeah, man. But go on. I'm listening. Like you got like your spring water, and you got your, the artisan water known as the alkaline, but then you got that purified and crystal fresh water that people just drink on a normal basis. Is there any way that you can break down why, or how we should be able to look out for those kind of things? Well, to be honest with you, I think that's a class in and of itself, because to walk up to a bottle of Aquafina or Dasani or the spring water or Zephyr Hills or Arrowhead, I'm just naming the ones I put in my book off the top of my head. To walk up to it and say, and you're thirsty, and you say this is better than tap water. Once again, what all of the companies that I just named that sell water is transitional. Pardon me. But if you upon closer inspection, that's purified tap water, and the purification system that they use may not be healthy in a long run. And then I would say move from the plastic to the glass, right? And then move from those companies to purifying the water yourself with the Kagan machines, or go to find a natural spring. And this is something that we have to do because our life depends on it. Since I've been on this side of town in Atlanta, there have been 5 notifications that went out to the cell phones to let people know it's a notification dealing with the water. Do not put it in your body. boil the water and this kind of thing. What about the ones that they don't tell you about? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would say natural spring water coming out of the ground is naturally cool water, and it's naturally 7.5 alkaline water. The companies that are selling 9.5 and 8 point this and whatever, understand the process that they're taking the water through. So you have to educate yourself. Right. It's an educational component to it. I say get on it now, because the body's made up of 75% water and then 90% water on a molecular level. So you have to have good, clean, healthy water in your system. Now, what is it now, as opposed to them treating the water with fluoride and all this other kind of stuff? I wouldn't do that, because now you got fluoride in the toothpaste, fluoride in the water, bad drinking water coming out of the faucet. And then on top of that, you're putting bad water from these companies in plastic containers in your system. Not good. Soon as that plastic, the sun hits that plastic is letting off certain gases and certain chemicals into the water, and then you're coming behind it and drinking. The little brothers and sisters that are selling the water on the corner in the sun, in the heat, after the heat gets to the plastic and contaminates the water, you're coming and you're pulling up and you're buying some bottled water from it. You don't know how long that bottled water been sitting in the sun. It's toxic now. You understand what I'm saying? You shouldn't drink or eat anything or use anything with fluoride in it. Study Dr. Whitaker's book, Medicine.
Go ahead, Brett.
No. I was gonna give some resources out there. Fast Food Nation and Supercharge Me Your Immune System with Gary Knoll and a few other documentary films that are out there. But what were you saying?
Yeah, because you were talking about how when the heat hits those plastic bottles, mm-hmm. I believe it's the BPA. Also, it's supposed to be some kind of soy or estrogen that's released in the water that people are not understanding.
Well, there's different things that's released in the water that's in plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so I want to just touch on that while you just
no, that's it. It ain't no touching on it. Either you're gonna go deeper into the study of it, or you're gonna leave it right there, put a bookmark in it, and then do some research. Because right now, anything that we say right now, and especially if we're talking to a black audience got to see the research from the white coats.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't get it, if we're not giving them resources from the white coats, yeah, most black people that's on here right now listening not gonna believe us. That's why I wanted to pause for a minute to give you the research that I put in my book. And now the white coats got to back this up in order for black people to say, I heard Professor Griff say, and he backed it up with research from the white people that wear the white coats. That's why I mentioned Gary Knoll, Supercharge Your Immune System, or Fast Food Nation, dealing with obesity. Because if I mention Phil Valentine, Scott Whitaker, Curtis Koss, Layla Africa, Dr. Suzar, Queen Afua, and a few other black documentary films, people say, man, I don't know about that. It's like, okay.
At first, I used to be like kind of, just a little perturbed about it, but now it's just funny. I mean, in a sad way, though, because it's like we got all this wealth of information out here. You got yourself here, and people still saying, nope, he's not wearing a white coat, or he's not wearing, these spectacles with the degrees in the back of the wall.
Exactly. Simply because I said to my audience on Sirius Mindz on my platform that I want to interview Soleil live, so the women can actually get it firsthand from someone that has been studying this, and this has become our lifestyle. And then to ask people for a donation so that we can make that happen, that's almost unheard of. Well, not really, not my audience on Sirius Mindz. They serious about what we say on here, and they follow through, whether it's a dime, a dollar, or $10. They say, I'm gonna support the brother because I need this information. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I would hope the people on your platform support you. I'm saying to you, When is the time that you're going to get these classes and these lessons? Unless you pay the $150 at the seminar when the white coats come to town. I'm saying no, get tidbits of it now. That's why I tell people when they study and read my book, A Warrior's Tapestry, take it page by page. Don't try to read it like it's a book. Take it page by page and extract the information from it slowly but surely so you can process it and so you can get it. Because not only with good water and clean and healthy water that charges the system, the immune system, we got to incorporate that with a stress value and what's going on in our daily lives and how stress affects and harms the body. And your emotion harms the body. Imagine the emotion that's in the meat that you're eating. Imagine the emotion, the stress and the emotion and the toxicity that's in the water, that's in the blood of the animal that you're eating every day. Yeah, that's taking it a little bit deeper.
I would love to have you come back and talk about stress.
Oh no, I put it in the book, and that should be a part of the discussion. I'll make that part of the discussion inside the 4-week class that I'm giving every Thursday at 7:00 on the Sirius Mindz platform. I'm not putting this on YouTube. If people really want it, give up some kind of donation, come and take the class. If you can't make the class, send me an email or a text message and say, Griff, I can't take the class. Here's my donation, whatever it is. And it's a community donation. It's whatever you can pay. We're not setting it at a certain price. It's whatever you can pay. But people got to meet us halfway. And that's how we're moving forward. People have to meet us halfway. If I said to you right now, let me break down for the next 3 minutes how emotions harm the body. And then I say to people, if you want to take it further, take the class and go get the book, because I did put it in the book, how emotions harm the body. And then we went deeper. And then I got information on how emotions harm the body. Anger weakens your liver. Grief weakens your lungs. Worry weakens your stomach, along with you going bald and a few other things. Thanks, Linda. Linda said, I'm donating $2 right now. I need the information. See, this is what I mean. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's community. That's all Linda has. And that's what Linda can give up. Beautiful. Let's bring Linda into the class so we can give Linda the information so she can help her children and help her greater community. Let me finish. Worry weakens the stomach. Stress weakens your heart and brain. Fear weakens your kidneys. Now I'm saying to you, even on your platform, if people have benefited something from the 30 minutes that we've been on here, what's wrong with people saying, you know something, I need to hear this brother on a regular. I need to have that brother who's an art teacher from California, the professor, interview the professor so we can get more information like this. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to give up my $2, my $5, because it's worth it to me. I didn't know that about water. So, man, I just learned that. So let me donate so I can get more information. Okay.
That's right.
Cool.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. So we're going to move. Well, just to sum up, because we're going to go into another section. But before we do, now, after all these, the things that we just mentioned has been addressed, would you say that would just be a step in the right direction of at least making sure that the family functions normally, the fathers and the sons working together, at least that component?
That's a beautiful question. And I'm glad you framed it that way, simply because son early in the morning, angry, because he didn't get enough sleep because he stayed up on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and Periscope and all these other distractions. And he went to bed late and he waking up with an attitude because he don't want to get up and go to school any your way. For you to turn around and feed that child sugar in the morning is the worst thing you can do. Dad angry, mom angry, everyone at each other's throats, emotions are flying, whatever. It's like, come on, man. No, we should put living food in a living body. All right. In order for me to kind of bridge the gap to even communicate with my son in the morning, we got to sit down at the dining room table and say, you know something, let's dive into this and let's talk about it. but we're going to talk about it and have this discussion over something healthy. Come on, son. Let's go make the smoothie together. What we going to put in it today? What you feeling like? Oh, man, Dad, I need some energy. So, okay, let's put those foods in to energize the body. That becomes a discussion. That's the training that the son needs. You understand what I'm saying? And you're bonding with your son.
Okay. Man, this is powerful. Now we're going to go into social media. That's everybody's favorite, right?
With the social media digital heroin? Yeah, okay.
Oh, God, man. Digital heroin.
It's shaking my damn head. Social media digital heroin.
Yeah, right. Computer crack.
Yeah.
But now, let me start off with this question. Is social media really a distraction?
Oh, my.
I know it's a dumb question, but
no.
Got to put it out there.
There's no question is dumb. Every question needs a certain kind of energy to put out, but every question deserves a certain kind of attention and deserves a certain kind of energy to be addressed. And if you don't ask the question, then the only question that's not asked is the only question that's dumb is the one that's not asked. The whole idea of parenting comes into question when you ask a question like you just did. In my book, I said, I'm not your friend. I'm your parent. I will stalk you. I will flip out on you. I will lecture you. I will drive you insane. I'll be your worst nightmare, and I will hunt your behind down if need be because I love you, not because I want you to fear me. And the thing that's getting between me and the child, me and my son, me and my relatives, me and my people, me and the family, especially the Sirius Mindz family, is the fact that we have to use social media to communicate with one another, but it's destroying us at the same time. Well, what do you mean by that, Professor Griff? Right now, good brother, Professor, I'm sitting in front of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens. I'm going to say that again. I'm sitting in front of 5 screens. My computer, my cell phone, because I'm on Sirius Mindz platform. I'm sitting in front of my laptop, which I get my information from when I want to look up something. You streaming on StreamYard.com on this phone, the iPhone, and I have a monitor hooked up to my computer where I can see things big. All right, and I have to do that because I'm looking at my entire book on a screen right now. That is 5 screens in front of me. If I don't walk over to my other desk over here where I have 1, 2, 3 screens set up because I do music across the room over there. All right. If I don't have my amethyst, hold on, let me snatch it. Let me show you how ridiculous this is. I got 4 or 5 amethyst crystals in the room, but let me show you how ridiculous, man. I have to keep this between me and my screens because I sit in front of my computer and 2 large screens doing music for at least 5 hours at a time. I got to wear black tourmaline. People think, oh, Griff, that's a dope necklace, man. And I don't go into the science of a lot of them that I wear, but there's crystals in the necklace. Black tourmaline and shungite and other crystals that I also put in my Book of Warriors Tapestry. But can you imagine having to have this between me and the computer all the time to absorb the radiation from the computer so I don't get massive headaches and feel drained and tired all the time? It's critical. But we have to learn the science of this. And this is only one crystal. So this is the kind of information that we have to put out to the family in order for them. You understand what I'm saying? So social media, to answer your question directly. Yeah, it's a problem, man. Social media, digital heroin. Types of social media problems today. 20 social media problems in society. And this is coming directly out of my book. 20 social media problems and hopefully some of the solutions. You spend too much time on social media. There's an app now that lets you know how much time you spent on the computer or on social media. Different. You go from Facebook to YouTube to Snapchat to Instagram to telling jokes to texting to emailing somebody. Yeah. And that's all day long. Every day people are getting drunk and you can see people drunk. You see this and they just scroll at the airport. You see the sister walking with her children behind her. This actual fact. Saw this a couple of weeks ago. The phone up. She looking at herself, admiring herself, and her children are walking behind her in the damn parking lot, almost getting hit by a car. We're fixated because we spend too much time. All right, getting addicted to social media. We are addicted. We go to bed. We wake up in the middle of the night sometimes when the notification happens. We wake up in the morning. We get right on it. All right. The phone break. We go into withdrawal symptoms. All right. And then we have this thing that I put in the book called the update syndrome. Got to have the latest this. You got to update the app. You got to have the latest this, the latest emojis and the latest. Come on. And then we neglect family duty and responsibility because we're on the phone so much.
That's right.
I actually had a conversation with somebody very close to me. I said, listen, I'm not going to talk through the phone. Yeah, I'm just not. Can you put the phone down so we can talk? You understand what I'm saying? You got this dependency now on online friends as though they really your friend. Not your damn friends. They're really not. Because as soon as you're offline, you bump into some of these people like, oh, damn, I've been communicating with so-and-so online, and I bumped into them at Walmart. I didn't know they looked like that. Or I didn't know. Now you got to meet real people in real time. We waste a lot of time on social media. I'm not going to run down the whole 20 points on the list. Come to the class for that, and we'll break each one of them down. All right? People can text me directly for the class, 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. But social media is a problem. All right? Negative effects on social media we're going to go over in the class. But are millennials spending too much time checking their social media accounts and not enough time interacting face to face? Yes. If I saw as many people in a book as opposed to on the phone, yeah. So what me, Quan, Shane, and the other people, Alex Little, and the other people on Sirius Mindz, we decided we're going to do a digital library. Since they're on the phone, we're going to meet them halfway, and we're going to start creating a digital library. Well, you might ask, well, what is the digital library? We have books and information that we've tracked down that we want to send people, all right, so they can start putting these books and these PDFs inside of their phones. So when you do go to the phone, you can scroll over to your digital library and get educated about some subjects. The digital library. Sirius Mindz digital library.
I'm glad you touched on that because, you know, when you're talking about especially millennials, Gen Zs, or any of these other younger people, they constantly are in the social media as though this stuff is real, as this stuff is really happening, but not knowing that whatever's happening on the other side, it could be fake.
Exactly. Right.
And I look at, okay, how many years have gone by while they're doing this? Would you say that they lost a lot of time? That's why a lot of them sound kind of immature.
Yeah, when you've grown accustomed to speaking in 140 characters, when you've grown accustomed to only thing that you're doing is reading headlines and you're passing it on and you're posting it without reading the article, that's dangerous. There's a doctor by the name of Nicholas Kadaras, I believe the name is, the author of the book Glow Kids. I put it in my book. And that doctor called them glow kids because their faces glow up because the light from the computer, from the phone is always in their faces. And it's almost now like a sickness. It's a toxic, he called it a toxic text effect. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
Other people are manipulating and controlling and pressing your buttons now via your cell phone, via social media. And you'll have people having full-blown arguments on social media with people that might not even exist in real life. Yeah. Just a little bit on the side. I'm talking, because you've been to my job at the college, and I guess the oldest person at class was 27, so it was ranked between 19 and 27. We were talking about dating, in their generation. And they were really telling me how the only thing that they do is use apps to date and connect with people.
rather than just meeting and talking and doing whatever. And I'm like, okay, how often you do this? They said, they were telling me that they hook up with people at least about 4 to 5, 6 dates a day, just because of the app.
Yeah,
So
there's
like,
some digital
we're losing
whores.
our. Oh, go ahead.
That's the digital hoe. What the hell? That's not healthy. 4 or 5 times
like,
a day.
wow. But it was normal to them. Like, yo, yeah, it's 5, 16 people. You know, it's, you know, whatever happens, happens. You know, but we just. I'm sitting there just like my jaws dropping. Like, really?
So you would experiment with your sexuality, with the socialization that have brought you to this digital era, and you would put yourself out there 4 or 5 times a day, not knowing who. That is not only dangerous for men, that is extremely dangerous for women. You understand what I'm saying? The CDC has announced years ago that there's diseases out there that they don't even have names for. They resorted to giving these diseases numbers.
Wow.
So for you to be doing that and you catching a digital disease by being online, oh no, that's sad. 100 and some odd times a day, you communicate with 4 and 5 different people across the globe, and maybe once you might go hook up with somebody and have some unscrupulous encounter and end up with some stuff that you can't get rid of. Absolutely not. Listen, there's no medication for these digital diseases, especially the spiritual STD, the spiritually transmitted disease. Come on. Nah. A lot of people are suffering from the text effect, man.
Yeah, that was something. I couldn't believe it when I heard that. And I asked him, but I'm like, wow, really? So that was something to share with you. Would you say that I guess social media definitely puts a wedge between our families?
Yeah, simply because there's information now that we're finding out firsthand about cousin so-and-so, about so-and-so's niece on the father's side, and then, you know, third cousin down that live in Tennessee, about so-and-so who got pregnant by a white correctional officer who blah, 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 blah. And we're getting this stuff firsthand now. And it's almost like it's no shame. It's like no shame. And to be honest with you, I was having this conversation the other day because I saw the television show where the pastor who was going in pastoring in the church as a correctional officer, but he was the pastor at the facility, the correctional facility, having sex with young boys, having sex with men.
Ooh.
But because now they're sneaking phones into the prison, he got busted because the information went out. Listen, there's absolutely nothing that you're going to be able to hide today. This conversation, with all the other conversations that all of us have during the day, are constantly being recorded. All right. And it's critical simply because they can fake some stuff easily. They can take some text messages that I sent out 10 years ago and make it look like it's today. Like I'm communicating with some chick who's really a dude and send that information to my wife in her DM. And then now it's an argument. I'm like, nah, that's deep fake. You familiar with deep fake?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that on the table for the next conversation you and I have. Study deep fake.
Okay.
They faking videos, they faking text messages, they faking emails. They can take my image right now from this conversation you and I are having on YouTube, take the whole footage and put me in a place where I've never been, talking to people I don't even know, saying things I've never said. This deep fake thing is real, bro.
Well, I mean, would it go into the part about, because I think Tom Mesereau brought that up at my job, where you don't even need to do fingerprints anymore.
Nah, they don't need they don't need fingerprints. They don't need to bug your house. Yeah. They don't need to tap your phone. We're giving them all the information they need on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and using a cell phone every single day by giving the average app permission to get your microphone and have access to your contacts. We're giving it all up to them. They ain't got a bug. This ain't the old days. This ain't the 50s. They ain't got a bug in my studio to hear the conversation. Shit, the phone is right next to me. All they got to do is turn on my microphone, and ain't nothing gonna light up, and ain't nothing gonna indicate to me that they listening.
Yeah, we'll definitely dive into that.
Well, it looks like you and I got to do a series of these conversations because we're running out of time.
Oh, okay, I understand, good brother.
Yeah.
I understand. So what I'll do is I would put a hold on this drawing and just continue our conversation and continue the drawing as we talk.
Okay.
So that people can see that there's creating verbally, hands, all that kind of stuff.
In real time.
So yes, sir. This is it.
Let me tell my audience what you're doing. The brother is a professor at a college, and he's an art professor and teacher, and he's actually drawing me while we're having this conversation in real time. So you can't fake this one. This is real. You understand what I'm saying? For real. I remember one time, y'all know on my platform, I don't call nobody out like that. Well, some people I have to call out. Anyway, but I remember Waka Flocka was on 106 in Park or one of them, and it's live. Mm-hmm. He started saying something. It's cut. Let's do that over. He said we can't do it over. It's live. This conversation right now is live that we're having. Some people may see it later on, but it's live, and the brother is actually sketching me out right now as we speak. So as we continue these conversations at a later date, he's going to save this drawing, and we're going to make it real. All right.
Okay.
But time has run out for me, good brother. I really appreciate you. We have to do at least 3-4 more of these so we can make people aware of what the implications of the things that's going down without us studying them. If we don't study them and say it's real, then the effect of what's happening to us, we could have studied it. And I'm not saying not only my book, there's a plethora of information out there that I put in the book that people can study. The book is called The Warrior's Tapestry. Order it today by giving me a call at 678-557-2919. Go on my website, www.professorgriff.me. Order the book. Sign up for the class. The class starts on the 12th of September. It's a 4-part class, 90 minutes apiece. We're going to break down the book in 4 sections. It's only $10. All right? $10 per class. You can do that by going to www.paypal.me/Professor Griff Corp by signing up for the class. I'm putting the information up on my website as we speak so they can just click and go right to the class. All right. Somebody else just signed up for the class. You see, this is what I mean in real time, bro. You understand what I'm saying? People need this information. One person told me, I got your book. I'm saving it as a collector's item, but I'm not sure if my son or my daughter going to read it. I might not even read it. I want to support you, bro. I say, cool. At least take the class then, bro, so you can hear it. You understand what I'm saying? And people want to donate. I
appreciate the signature.
Oh, give thanks, man. I try to make it personal, man. I send out every single book, and I sign it myself, man. That's how personal I am.
Yes, sir. So, without any ado, because I was going to ask him, you got anything to announce, but you announced everything, in my opinion. So we're going to have this, we're going to table this and do this another time, but I appreciate everybody coming. And, and where can they find you again? Because you have the Sirius Mindz.
Well, I built the Sirius Mindz platform coming off of the Enemy Minds platform. And I've been assisted by some beautiful people that have helped get the Sirius Mindz platform to this point. Right now, I'm being assisted by Quan S., Alex Little, and Cat Boogie, all the way from the BX, from the Bronx. I'm assisted every single time I come to put the platform up and out there by, we call him Shane Shakur, who has studied different platforms to see which platform is the best one that we could present this program through. And I'm even assisted by people like you that want to interview live. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, we've been grinding this thing out to get the information. This is independent media at its best. I'm saying go and support all of those platforms that put out that's independent media that's telling us, our people, the truth. All right, that's speaking directly to our people.
Okay. So without any further ado, everyone, thank everybody for coming. We're going to have some more things coming up. Don't forget, we have Black Artists on the Spot tomorrow. So people come in and start drawing and talking. So we're just gonna do the thing, y'all. All right. So I appreciate you, Professor Griff, for coming through.
Oh, give thanks.
I'm looking forward to having another one and being just productive like always.
All right, give thanks.
You, fam.
I really appreciate you. Give thanks. Take care.
Okay. Thank you, brother. And peace to everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Peace. All right, Quan, we just broadcast through on his platform through StreamYard.com. And since Google Hangout and said, listen, some streaming companies are going out of business and shutting stuff down. There's 5 born every single week. Let's find another one, along with Zoom and the other ones. We got to take advantage of social, the streaming platform in order to get the information to our people. Plain and simple. I really appreciate everyone's support. Make sure y'all sign up for the class. It starts September 12th. It's only $10. All right. We should have 100 people in the class by the time September 12th roll around. All right. Let's see if we can make that happen. The goal is 100 people. I got 5 already. Let's go. Let's make it happen. I love you all to life. This Professor Griff. I got to finish this day up early. I'm feeling beat up, man. Every muscle in my body's hurting from working out. So I'm starting to see some actual results. I told Soleil last night, I said, the grandpa fat, I'm losing it. Not that I had any really, but yeah. Anyway, I love y'all to life. I'll talk to y'all tonight. All right. When I hook up with Mr. Shane Shakur, we're going to be talking about Byron Allen and of course, stay tuned for the Sister Cipher Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I think that subject, there's a few subjects that I want to kind of shoot Quan's way to put under the microscope. All right. I'll be doing that within an hour when I get off here. All right. I love y'all to life. All right. Stay away from these parades. Stay away from this outdoor activity, because these young whites that are going buck wild and shooting up places, they're looking for mass crowds where they can see a bunch of people to target. All right, so let's be mindful of that. All right, we shouldn't be celebrating these unholy days any old damn way. What the hell is a goddamn Labor Day? We're gonna answer that question. I see you don't even know, but you got your ass out at the goddamn parade, eating goddamn hot dogs and frankfurters and damn well anyway, shit filet sandwiches. All right, but anyway, we'll talk tonight. All right, love y'all to life. Peace, y'all. It's Professor Griff out. Sirius Mindz for Sirius Mindz. Seriously. Peace.